Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In this video we will be taking a look at the current state of competitive Geoguessr duels and what changes I would make to the game mode. So the biggest issue in my opinion right now are the multipliers, although I wouldn't necessarily get rid of them, but instead I would try to optimize them. So what exactly is wrong with the multipliers? Currently the multipliers begin on round 5, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because it basically makes the first 4 rounds less fun and less important, since most of the time you will be doing negligible damage on those rounds. This also makes so-called multi-merchanting more effective. If you don't know what multi-merchanting is, it's basically losing a lot of HP on earlier rounds, but then profiting later in the game on higher multiplier rounds. So we should simply start with the multipliers as early as round 2, and this is also what they use for World Cup format, so why not use it in regular games as well. Then we have the issue of players sharing the same multiplier while not necessarily sharing the same performance. This means that you cannot outperform your opponent by winning every single round except one, but that one round happens to be a high multiplier round, therefore your opponent wins. This is because multipliers are linked with a round rather than player's performance. I don't think this should be the case, and I think you should be rewarded for constantly being closer. The way I would fix this may not be the best, but I think it's better than the current one. I would make players have separate multipliers that would increase by winning rounds, meaning that if you are closer, you are rewarded with a multiplier. So for example, here we have player A and player B. In the first round, player A is closer, so he gets the multiplier. Then in round 2, player B wins and he gets the multiplier. And then in round 3, player A wins again and gets the multiplier, and so on. The issue with this is that you can have a scenario where player A is closer in the wrong country and he wins the round, or that both players go for pretty much the same guess, but one of them is slightly closer. However, these things are already happening and randomness like this is always going to exist. We're not trying to get rid of randomness and luck, we're just trying to minimize its effect on the game. At the end of the day, it's a game of guessing. Okay, so now we come to the third issue, which is that multipliers are simply too high. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we don't need 5 times multipliers. It's simply an overkill, so the simplest way to fix this would be to make the multipliers increase at a slower rate and possibly even cap them. I think the same way you have an option in custom parties to choose the multiplier increase, the same way you should have an option to cap them and to have a custom value. There are already scripts that do just that, so it would make sense to have that as an official feature as well. Also, I think different modes would probably need to use different multipliers. For example, you don't need high multipliers for NMPZ games, where you can very often miss the continent, but higher multipliers could be useful for something like moving, where it's easier to recognize the country. And there you have it. So in summary, multipliers should start on round 2, multipliers should be earned by winning rounds, multipliers should increase at a slower rate, and you should have an option to cap the multipliers. Let me know if you agree with me or not. What would you change about the game, if you would change anything at all. If you agree with me, give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.